Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, April 24th, 2023. In this video, I want to take a look at something that happened today and see if the universe has a little insights and information. I'm speaking about the termination of Tucker Carlson from Fox News. Now, there seem to be several possibilities in alt media chatter for why this happened. Let's take a look at a compilation I've got and look at a few of those possibilities, understanding that there's probably even more that we're not really aware of. Okay. As always, when I take you to this compilation, I'll have a link to it in the video description box. It's on my Facebook page, and you can go to it and look through it yourself, or, if you're feeling motivated, do your own searches. This is just a few sources for some information and speculation and things like that. Okay. Now, in what ended up being his last aired segment for Fox News, Mr. Carlson had some pizza delivered by a delivery man who had stopped a carjacking and was a hero. So it's kind of a fun segment. But being the curious mind that I am, I wondered if there was some hidden information with this, a comm. Because as we know, pizza, if you know the symbology the FBI has for different crimes against little ones, pizza is a big recurring theme and code word. All right. Now, one of the discussion boards I went had this compilation too, with some notable names. Okay. A person, Snoop Bailey, said that he has a friend that works at Fox News, and they told him that Tucker was planning a segment to destroy the 60 Minutes Epps episode. Mr. Epps, as you know, was J6 related and seems to have some three-letter ties that they might not have dug up completely when they were doing the 60 Minutes expose. Okay, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is sure that this has something to do with the monologue that he did just a few days back when he talked about MSM's collaborating with disinformation about jab. Okay, and then one of my favorite clones in the world, Mike Flynn. That's something humorous to say. Bud Light meets Fox News. In other words, hold my beer. We thought Bud Light stock went down. Speaking of that, in just the first day since that firing has happened, the market value of Fox News went down $930 million. Talk about making poor business decisions, huh? All right. Now, you can see his final segment here. There's a nice little quote by Clandestine saying that this is the day the MSM died. Can't come too soon. And if you'd like to read a little more about Mr. Kennedy's theories behind the firing, here we have it here, as well as here. Now, a couple things not mentioned in that compilation. Fox News recently settled a lawsuit with Dominion voting machines. They were being sued and chose to settle. Huge settlement that they offered to pay. Instead of pursuing some of the avenues open to them, like for discovery and stuff to build their case and to prove that what they said wasn't slanderous, they just caved and paid. So I wonder, is the firing something to do with that? Was that part of the, the secret little contractual agreements between them with this? Okay. Oh, it gets complicated. All right. And then people have also speculated, was it possible that Mr. Carlson was unhappy because he wanted to do more with the J6 story? We need to understand that the J6 footage was never actually in Mr. Carlson's hands in completion. He and his team were allowed to go to the Capitol and view it and make notes about it, but it wasn't released to him. He never personally had it. My thought is that he probably went as far as he could with the information he had, even though he might have liked to have gone farther. For one reason or another, it seems to have been stalled in the water. So, was it about the 60 Minutes episode he wanted to blow out the water? Was it because the J6 he wanted to go more deeply into that? Was it because one of those backdoor deals with Dominion when they settled the lawsuit? Well, you got to get rid of so and so and so and so. Who knows? Was it because he stepped on some big pharma toes when he talked about the jab? I don't know. But I'm going to ask the universe to give us some insights and information about the professional situation that Mr. Carlson is finding himself in, and then, of course, what can be anticipated moving forward. So let's leave it general like that so that the universe can reply. The person seen in the public eye is Tucker Carlson, an anchor on Fox News. What is going on with his professional situation and with leaving Fox News and other insights and information, especially looking forward. Let's see what the universe has to say. Okay, Katrina and I have spread about Tucker Carlson's professional, the person seen in the public eye as Tucker Carlson, just in case. I like to close those loopholes. His career situation, his professional situation right now, leaving Fox News, insights about that, and insights and information about the future outlook for the gentleman. Let's see what the universe wants to share. Okay, we got the moon and the Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Wow, interesting. Eight of Cups. And then the Five of Swords. Okay, well, here's some of the insights that cards have bolstered my intuition about, and then we'll look at the elements that did that bolstering, okay, as always. Well, first of all, the moon card came up. So for this topic, and moon card is, there's really, even though it's greatly aspected by the Ace of Pentacles here, it's not a positive card. So his leaving Fox is final, okay? There's no going back. They've crossed a line that is just, you know, firm in the sand. So his departure is genuine and it is permanent, all right? However, we're getting some clarity here that moving forward, he's going to be moving into some new territory professionally, looking at new information and sharing it with us with a lot more freedom than he's had in the past, okay? The recent past, we have the Seven of Swords showing up. This is a card of strategy. And so it shows me that even though he was quite suddenly terminated from Fox, he's had some contingency plans and information going all along. So he is not going to be completely without some of the information he was working on, story ideas, things like that. We have not heard or seen the last of Mr. Carlson professionally at all. Now, present for him, Ace of Pentacles. This is actually going to end up being a good move for him. Wherever he lands, I think initially it's going to be probably some multiple places. He's going to be doing some guest shots, things like that, and then possibly working on having his own site, website, information, what have you. But he's definitely going to value his independence, and it's going to pay off for him well in the future, moving forward. Okay, now the near future card for him. We've got the Temperance card, Major Arcana. Fairly good card showing some moderation, just tempering your expectations with your needs and wants, okay? And getting some balance with what you do. And then he's got a lot of choices he's going to be mulling over, but he's going to make them well because he's got that Temperance card showing up here. And then again, we got a card here with some determination, kind of a strategic win. He is going to, no matter what has been thrown at him professionally and what toes he stepped on, he's got the intellect and capability to turn it into a win, even though it won't be one with obvious bloodshed and fallout, okay? He's just going to quietly persevere and maybe now be the voice he'd like to be, because I feel like in the past he's been, to some extent, controlled opposition. And I'm never going to fully give up some of my skepticism about the gentleman, because he does seem to have come down on the side of saying that there were no shenanigans with the 2020 balloting. And he mentioned being friends with Hunter Biden. And I don't see how those things can align with good values and integrity and trustworthiness, unless he was told to say that and cause people some double takes and what have you. We're going to find out moving forward as we hear and see more from Mr. Carlson. Let's get a couple more cards for some final thoughts and information on this. Queen of Swords is showing up here. And then she is a card of the intellect, which I mentioned that he's a sharp cookie, okay, and clear thinking. So he's going to make his choices wisely moving forward. And his voice is going to be a little less constrained and directed. He'll be able to speak more freely about topics that he wishes in the depth he wishes, okay? We have the Hermit showing up here. Kind of a nod to the fact that he is actually in the line of sight of our White Hats and Alliance, and maybe moving in a position where he can be of more use and again, really explore the depths of his integrity and not be controlled as much. I'm still curious. Let's keep looking. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Yeah, good things for him. Oh, even better. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords showing up here. Again, these are for the moving forward, and they're not quite as impactful as the choices and determination and strategic win here, but they do tell us stuff. They're telling us the White Hats have their eye on him and some plans that he can be useful in. And he's going to really come through for them and us with information. And then, since this was a professional read, I'm not going to put personal nuances into this, but this is just a card of agreement, of good collaboration and partnership. And wherever he lands, he's going to be much, much happier professionally. Whether he continues to be a free agent and work solo, or if he joins a team somewhere. So let's recap. It may just simply be the way I framed the question. We didn't get really insights on what was behind Mr. Carlson's abrupt departure from Fox News today. We do know, just based on the news, that Fox News has taken a huge hit. They lost 930 million in market share today alone after doing that. They're going to pay dearly for this decision, okay? When we asked the cards about his outlook, we got more information about what's current and going on with him. Let's talk about that. First of all, his departure from Fox News is permanent. Okay, this is a card of finality and endings, and yeah, he's gone from them. But we're also told that he's got good strategies, and it didn't catch him completely unaware. Looks like he's got some swords are written and spoken words. He's got some interviews and materials he can follow up on now that's going to be very, very interesting. Okay. He's going to do great. He is by no means, his voice is going to be actually more well respected and heard moving forward. He's going to have a lot of success as a free agent now. And as that free agent, he's going to be able to explore new territory and not have the constraints that he's had in the past when he was aligned with a network or that particular network. He's going to have a lot of choices, but we're told he's going to choose well. Okay. So, and then he will quietly persevere. And even though he's had some attempted setbacks to his career and what have you, he's going to persevere and do absolutely great and become even more trusted than he has been now. Although even with that, I know, Chloe, I'm almost done. Even with that trust, use your discernment, okay? I don't know that anyone that's ever had an element of controlled opposition can totally get away from that. I said, despite that, he is the conservative mainstream voice that I listen to with the most credibility, but not complete trust, okay? And that's going to continue. I will still listen to what he brings to us, and I hope it's a lot more in-depth reporting of truth and good news. So I'm really hopeful. We'll see, won't we? All right. Now, if you'd like to hang around after I say goodbye the first time, I'm going to do an afterward that has absolutely nothing to do with current events. So if you were here for the current events, I thank you for your time. I thank you and tried not to waste it. I appreciate you watching what I have to say and share. And your time is precious, and I try not to take it for granted. So thank you. I wish you love and light. and a fabulous night until we meet again. Okay, now for the afterword. This has more to do with our spiritual growth and path. I've had a couple people tell me, oh, you need to stop saying love and light. Because while your love can be offered without limit, the light, that's you're giving away your personal resources, and that's finite. Well, I call BS on that. That's part of our old programming. The evil didn't want us spreading love and light to the full capability that it's possible. And you know what the limits of that are? There are none. As long as what we do is we ask whoever we consider to be our loving creator, source, to allow me to be part of what distributes your love and your light to everyone. We're a conduit. Our personal resources don't even have to get involved unless we choose to have them get involved. If I had a video that suddenly went viral and 1 million people watched it, I still, with all sincerity, at the time I make this and moving forward, would have the intent that they would all have love and light, because I am sending it from source. It's not my personal reserves. And my loving creator and source has no limits to love and light. And that's part of what's changing our world from dark to light. And that's part of the reason why we have an absolute limitless supply of love and light from our creator, from source, however you view that. And there's a finite amount with evil. That's why they've worked so hard to suppress us, to make us fearful about exploring the depths of our kindness and love and light and things we can share. Oh, you need to be miserly. You need to conserve your energy. Yeah, personally we might, but if we're sharing what came from our source, from our loving creator, there are no limits. So for those of you that are worried that I'm somehow depleting my personal store of light, don't worry, I'm a conduit. And the source of that love and light has no limits. And we shouldn't need it. So until next time, once again, and in all sincerity, I send you love and light and all things bright. And I'll see you next time on Laura's View and Tarot 2. Good night.